Hi everyone, welcome back to Success Speeders Asia's Journey to Success Resilience series. And we are very happy to have all of you here with us. Today we are very much going into a few topics of resilience. We are going to talk about how one can actually adapt into changing their current or previous job and then moving along with COVID-19 and fighting it through. And also we are going to something very important, which is finance. If you have spare cash on hand, or if you find that you have too much money to spend, please donate to me. No, sorry, not donate to me, but actually we will actually show and tell everyone how or what should you actually do. Is it the right time to invest, or is it not the right time to invest? So on my left, we have a special guest host. So she's not just a guest, she's a guest host because she is the host from Prime Time Asia. Hi, Sylvia.
Hi,
Hello,
Sylvia.
hi everybody. Hi Kevin. Hi Desmond. Thank you so much for having me as the guest host.
Yeah, not to worry. Okay, it's my pleasure, always my honor to have you. And below, over here, we have a very, very good-looking chap, who is called Kevin Go. So Kevin Go is so he's our specialist in terms of where to invest, how to invest, and what stocks to buy, when to buy, what not to do, what not to buy, and stuff like this. So we have Kevin Go, a reminder from RHB Securities.
NKK Capital.
Yes, NKK Capital Asia. So Kevin, you want to say hi to your supporters and audiences again?
Hi, everyone. My name is Kevin. Yeah.
Okay, so we shall start with maybe Kevin. Kevin can start off with the introduction. Kevin, why don't you long jump past lah? See who start intro first. Who want to intro first?
You can start off with the ladies.
Okay. 他讲我没有风度啦，这样。
No. I feel that 好戏一定要在后头，所以我们一定要把主角放在后面。We gotta put Kevin, our main person that we're gonna interview today, to be behind. Right? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Hi guys. My name is Sylvia, and I used to be a professional event host. It's only until 2 months ago, when COVID-19 hits the shores of Singapore, the events industry literally became non-existent. So I have no choice but to embrace change, and that's the reason why I'm currently a digital or online streaming host, and I'm also the anchor host with Prime Time with Sylvia. Yeah, that's me. Hi.
Yeah. Okay, so Kevin, your turn.
Okay. I have been in the industry since 2005. So I started working in the bank. After that, I moved on to work in DBS. So recently, I have moved to RHB. So total, I have been in this industry for 15 years already.
15.
Nice.
Yeah, 15, 1-5.
So
and also Desmond, do you know that Kevin, right? He has many years of experience dealing with investment instruments such as equities, bonds, forex, and EFTs. Also, he also have a very big group of loyal clients with trading value of more than 100 million each year, and they are all using his research and methodology of trading.
Okay, I got one question. No.
Okay.
What
so
is
fast,
actually what is remiser? I think a lot of viewers a lot of us people who like me who don't actually invest into stocks and everything. I always wonder what is a remiser? What does a remiser do?
Okay, so
is that what Sylvia
said? That's a good question to start off with. So a remiser is basically a job where we give advisory to clients on the market, and then after that we give them the latest news and what's the latest happening, and then from there we help them execute the trades efficiently, also timely. So basically that's what I do. But more importantly, I would say that in the current context, it's about managing the risk of the client to ensure that client's portfolio is not affected, and those people who are ready to go in will not be overly exposed. until probably the time is more suitable.
Okay. Expose
Yep.
not 不是这个 expose 哦。
不是
Okay.
Yes. And also, today's topic, we will be speaking a lot about, is it time to invest in the financial market, or is it time to save all your money, stash it inside a bank account, or could it be a period of window of opportunity to gain a windfall from the financial market? So that's why today this whole topic is very, very important for all of you out there. If let's say you're interested in trading, am I right, Kevin?
Oh, yes. I think this is the most important part of this topic. And then we will start off to talk about what has happened currently. So,
Before we go to
very-
that, right, Kevin, can we ask you how's the COVID-19 pandemic situation treating you right now?
okay, I think all of us is the same. We are all staying at home, trying our best to stay healthy, and trying
Mm-hmm.
to do the good social distancing. And then we
Mm,
will write this out together. This is very important. In fact, this is a very important period where we really need to stay indoor and avoid contact with everyone, so that we can let the virus burn out by itself. Because
definitely.
some of the experts have said that likely, if the vaccine is not in the market yet, the virus,
Mm,
with the proper way of how we are doing now, the lockdown, or not lockdown, the CBE, and also with the
mm.
proper social distancing, probably the virus may die off and burn out by itself by latest end June.
So you
And
feel
so
that by latest end June, it should be over.
I wouldn't say it's over, but it's controllable. And also, maybe there will be a new form of way we will interact with each other going forward, because we cannot afford to actually just stay indoor all the way.
Mm-mm.
If,
Mm.
yeah, in
Okay.
fact, we have
And
burned out two
mm,
quarters already.
Right.
wow, okay.
Right.
And how badly do you think it's affecting the economy right now, especially in the financial markets term of view?
Um, so basically, there's a disparity between the stock market and the real economy. So let me just start off with saying how the real economy behave. So
Mm-hmm.
average, our Singapore GDP is about 500 billion. All right, and then with this two-quarter being gone and everybody um, is sort of slowing down, I believe that what the MIT, which is our Ministry of Trade, Industry and Trade, has actually advised that we might face negative growth for this year.
Negative
Mm-hmm.
growth for this year.
Negative growth for this year. So obviously, the market has tried to price in this immediately when they see the COVID happening. It actually crashed down quite a bit. In fact, this is probably once in a lifetime thing that I've seen US market dropping 2,000 point a day. That was like crazy moments where everybody don't know what's happening. Yeah, but the,
Mm-hmm.
the real reason why this is happening, because a lot of people are highly geared up and everybody's just trying to leave the market. So the panic came in and it started to crash down.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just spoke about US market. So we have an audience that asked this question.
Oh, okay.
For US stock currently, should we
Hmm.
buy, or we should buy the bounce or bet the bottom?
Okay. In fact, talking about the US stock market, uh, we are currently has bounced off 50% from the low. A lot of experts in the market have said that this is interesting time where we are talking about a technical rebound. So a technical rebound
Mm-hmm.
from a major crash normally is about 30 to 61.8%, and now we are roughly reach about 50% of the retracement. Retracement meaning that the highest point to the lowest point it recover 50%. But the question here is everything and the situation is still the same? I would say that at this stage in time, uh, those people who have managed to buy at the bottom or close to the bottom
Mm.
should take some off the table, leave some cash, so that in case there's any other issue, you can be ready to buy in again. I have chart for you to show about
Okay.
Let's
the
take a look.
2001 situation. Okay, so you can see over here, this was during the dot-com crash in 2001. So what happened is it lasted about 1.5 year before it goes even higher eventually. But the whole drop, the whole situation will last about 1.5 year. In between, there will be bear rallies, there will be some very huge rebound. So we cannot say that this is the end because we haven't seen the real impact that is happening to the real economy yet.
Okay.
Normally, then you see 2008 is the same. So
Mm,
2000
mm,
and 2008, it also happened this way. Market was highly geared up. There is a subprime crisis where there are a lot of banks were actually badly affected. There was liquidity issue. Then after that, Fed came in as the tender of the last resort. And you see that this whole issue also lasted about 1 to 2 years before you
One
can have
one
to,
to 2 years. So
yeah.
it stabilized back in 2010, right? About that?
Yeah, correct. So it started 2008 when HSBC called the crisis. Then after that, it started to drop all the way to 2009. And then from there, it started to climb up. So a typical long-term crisis like this will last 1 year. And
I
for it
see.
to recover back to the original position might take 2 years or 3 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you ask
mm.
me, if there is a gain at this moment in time, it is good to consider taking some profit before we see some. Because in 2008, we see a lot of company going bankrupt. We see similar thing happening during 2001. At this stage in time, every government is trying to support the economy, try to ensure that no company go bust. But we wouldn't know until a few more quarters down the road where we can see the real happening. In fact, recently you see some of the China company like Luckin Coffee start to show that they are not doing very well. Just now, you go back to the chart again?
This.
This. So if you see over here, so we try to hit 30,000, and then after that, over a period of 2 months to 1 month, we hit to close to 18,000, and now we are back to 23,500. This is the US Dow Jones. All right. And however, you can see from the previous two example, we have start to turn down. We have formed a lower low, and looking forward, there are many unforeseen circumstances that can lead the market to go down further, which we haven't seen the real impact yet. So I will just say that if there's profit along the way, it's wise to take some money off the table.
Right.
So if you say that if there is profit along the way, it's good time to sell it off now. If we were to sell it off now, when do you think is a good time for us to buy in again? I mean, you
Hmm.
have spoken about 2001, the dot-com drop, and also 2008, the Lehman Brothers, right? So do you see the same kind of pattern within that 1.5 year drop?
Okay, so within this 1.5 year, we are likely going to see a few things that happened previously, also in previous crises. We will start to see company declaring lousier earnings. That is definitely because everybody slowed down. Nobody is actually consuming now. So the economy really cooled down. Oil also have actually cooled down. So you are going to see subsequent reports of people not doing well. You will start to see layoff. Definitely, you will see people bankrupt. Then this is the very typical way of looking at this. So every bad news will create lows. Lows is actually considered a buy. But you see, because it's like that, when it's highly geared up, when the market is highly geared up, right? When it come down, right, it's actually very healthy. It can create new opportunities. It will create new economy, like new companies that will be very strong in the future. You can almost see it now. Like you can see on the internet people saying that, oh, how nice if we consume less meat, we can create less pollution to the world, right? So you can see there are this kind of socially impacting company like uh, Beyond Meat that sells the vegetarian kind of meat, that kind of thing.
Beyond meat. Is it
Beyond,
that's the Impossible Burger, right? The Impossible
yeah,
meat?
yeah,
The
like
Impossible
it's
meat.
similar theme, like they are.
Okay.
So you can see something like that, or you can see maybe in the future there will be more farming, social farming, higher technology farming. There will be new industry growth, and that is where you need to keep look out for this kind of growth. All right, like you
And
can.
I have another question for you also, Kevin. You
Hmm,
mentioned earlier on about a 500 billion GDP, right?
yeah.
Did you say that there's a drop in it because we use up the budget of 12% or something like that?
Okay, so we have quite a huge reserve in Singapore. In fact, officially no number that we have to pledge with the IMF. The official foreign reserve is about 300 billion. Then after that, we still have GIC, and then we still have Temasek that are
Temasek,
holding
yeah.
billions that
Mm.
we can only estimate, but we cannot advise because for security reason, we actually keep a basket, and then we cannot declare because we need to protect our sovereignty. So if you ask me, are we going to affect ourselves in the longer run? I'll say definitely. But the thing is, everybody is affected now. It's not just Singapore; it's across the world. So when everybody is affected, we are still the stronger one.
Okay.
So while other currency might suffer like rupiah and everything, right? Singapore is still holding it strong, and we have to afford to remain so strong because we are like the Bank of Asia, that kind of thing, where people park their money here. We need to seek stability in this region. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you ask me, we are not affected in this sense. We are strong.
Okay.
Oh, that is very
Sylvia,
pleasant to hear.
Sylvia, does that assure you even more now?
That you still should put
Yes,
your
I
money in the
do. Yeah,
bank.
I think so. I should
All
put
right.
money in the
So
bank. Okay, I think I will come to a few questions that I believe a lot of us will always want to know. I think I will go zoom straight into these questions. What is the best stock to buy now?
yeah, I tell you
Your
why. Because
views.
Sylvia has a lot of extra cash on hand. She doesn't know where to park
No, I
it. So
don't.
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just asking on behalf of all the viewers because I believe that these are the very common question that everybody would like to know. So there's
Yeah.
a total like a handful of it, five of it. So let's start with the first one first. What is the best stocks or what are the best stocks to buy right now?
Right now, the answer the question is right
Mm,
now, right? Okay. So the right
yes.
now question will be stocks that are not affected by this COVID. It's a definite,
For example.
like Sheng Siong. If we are talking about Singapore market, yeah, Sheng Siong
Okay.
in
Okay.
fact did very well. Okay, yeah, because everybody is staying at home. End up you actually end up cooking at home. You need more grocery at home, right? So
Mm,
you can
mm,
see that happening. You can see the vital services will still be doing well. Like ST Engineering will still be doing
Okay.
mm-hmm,
very well. Yeah, but maybe those like travel one we need to avoid. And then
mm,
the banks may at the moment in time we might need to avoid because we need to know what exactly happened after um, the bank after the market
COVID.
settled down, whether will there be any provision for bad debts, will there be any
mm,
company that cannot afford to pay. I mean, I see that the government is really doing their best to support the situation right now, but we are still be quite worried in the near future. But I think the latest budget is a very good move to actually
Right.
support the bank. So that's why you can see recently this past few days the banks are getting stronger. So if the chance
mm-hmm,
is if you can buy banks, buy slowly, but must buy the bank.
Buy slowly. So who
And
to
yeah, I
guide?
can.
Then
Please go ahead, Desmond.
Who to guide?
sorry.
Who to guide slowly? Kevin is actually one of the best person that can actually guide you. How when
Definitely.
Yeah.
Shall we answer one of the viewers' question?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Fawn, is it?
Yeah,
Fern.
the Colin. I think Colin is
Colin.
yeah.
So Kevin,
Okay.
do you think the current situation is a bull trap?
Yeah, as I just now mentioned earlier, that market has when this is a new fall, this new fall is from almost close to 30,000 to almost 18,000, and then we are now doing a technical rebound between 30 to 61.8%. So now we are roughly about 50%. What does this mean? What does this mean? It means that the market has move up from the 18,000 level to this 23,000 level, but the market has not actually found any new cure for for COVID.
Mm,
There is we haven't seen the real impact on the main economy. So I will say that this is a bull trap. Personally, I feel it's a bull trap. You should actually take some money off the table, but maybe you keep maybe 20 to 50% of your money still, and then wait for the new low or probably a low or a similar low to be established before you come in. But this is what a lot of experts have started to highlight and signal. So that is a 50-50 question now. But I will still lean towards the fact that this is a bull trap. Just now I mentioned in the chart before that can we just refer back to the latest chart, the 2000, the latest one.
sure. This one.
Yeah, this one. Okay, you can see that we have started to form a newer low already. This is a weekly chart, and I have spent this since 2000, and I think this is a 3 to 4 years chart that I should. So you start to see that he has broken the support. Unless we can hit back to more than 26 to 28,000 level, I will just say that at this stage, it is wise to just sell half or whatever you have, and then after that, wait for the results to come in, wait for more information to come in before you decide whether is this the real bottom to enter or not. At this stage, nobody knows, but this is just a pure technical rebound.
Okay.
We also have someone over here, Kevin. Desmond, that says,
Kenneth Go.
go, yeah, Kenneth, go. Do we buy and hold our investment or trade the market as amateurs in this situation?
It also
I think
depends
I'm
on.
getting to that question later on, but it's okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so it really depends on what are you as a person. Like, do you have the cash to hold for another 2 years from this level? If you have another 2 years to hold and buy and hold investment, it is good. But are you very, very sure that whatever you're buying is going to survive this whole COVID for the next 2 years? The question is nobody knows. Unless you're really going to buy into some growth sector, something that you predict that will happen to be around in the future. So if you ask me, buy and hold at this stage, if you can afford to hold and lose the money for the next 2 years, you don't see the money, you are willing to let go of other possible opportunities, yes, you should buy and hold. But let's say if you can buy on dips, I will call it buy on dips. Buy low wherever you see that the market has come down low enough, you can see the panic setting in the market. You come in and buy, and then whenever people feel bullish, when the market is rushing in to buy, you sell. That will be a better way to trade this current market now. I'll just say that holding cash is more important than buy and hold at this stage, because you're going to expect lesser dividend, you're going to expect lesser earning.
Right.
Mm.
Right. So that also answers our previous question.
We also have one more question, Desmond, by Wei Wei. I think you can see. Wei Wei, I think Wei Wei is speaking about the US, Saudi Arabia, and Russian peg on the oil production. So the question for Wei Wei is, so for USA stock currently, we should buy, oh, sorry, this is not the one. Okay. Will oil raises after OPEC agree to cut production?
This is a very deep question.
I'm trying to...
Yeah.
Wait. I believe that he's speaking about the US, Saudi Arabia, Russia lead the peg for the record cuts in oil output. How about, I believe that Wei Wei is trying to ask, what do you see in this peg, and how does it affect the stock market and the market and the financial markets as a whole?
Yeah, so we are already hitting a long-term bear market for oil itself. Oil itself is like, I would say that in the product life cycle for oil, we are almost reaching the end of the product life cycle. You will start to see alternative coming in, like like Tesla, electric batteries, and you can start to see alternative source of battery, and they are coming in with a lower cost than oil. So if you ask me, this cutting of production has been going on. This is not the first time we see OPEC agreeing to cut production. In fact, we have seen it for the past 2 to 3 years. They are trying to so-called support the oil prices. But honestly speaking, why oil prices are coming down? Because we are using lesser and lesser oil. It's a simple demand and supply question. So in the longer run, I will say that oil is still here to stay, but probably not as dominant. So I will just say that oil, you can trade it for a while. Will it rise after the OPEC agree to cut production? Yes, but for how long? For 1 week? For 1 month? After that, reality will still set in. Oil is really not wise to trade.
Right. Okay.
I think Wei Wei is also asking the question whereby will oil prices increase due to the cut in production peg?
Yes, it will.
US, Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Yes, it will short term. It will for short term, but in the longer run, it is still a bear. It's still very bad for oil itself. I don't have the chart with me. Sorry about this. Yeah, but I will have come up with a chart, then you will understand what I mean.
Yeah.
But no worries. We can always contact Kevin, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. Shall we move on to the next question while we wait for... Oh, I think, do we have any more questions?
Not
okay, let's move on to the next question that I'm very, very curious about. Okay, I'm sure there are people who are interested in stocks that gives dividend. Do you have any recommendation of stocks with highest dividends?
Oh yeah, talking about this is very, very important right now because US have already cut the Fed rate to 0%. So literally speaking, there won't be much yield for bonds for any future treasury bond. So I would say that it's wise to consider stocks with dividend. In fact, if you put your money in a bank, I will just say that you will literally lose in terms of inflation. Why I say inflation? Because you can see food prices now increasing, right? So this is also part of inflation. So I will say that it's important to consider stocks that give good dividend. Example, what is example? Example will be in Singapore context will be REITs, REIT, which is a real estate investment trust. Okay, it has always been a very popular vehicle in Singapore. Okay, especially for the rich people, and they like to gear up this instrument. Actually, this is a very interesting time to enter REITs. Why? Because when the market came crashing, a lot of those people who are highly geared up for REITs went to throw away the REITs. So now you can find REITs at very attractive prices.
Okay.
And then after that, a lot of I will say that the blue chip REITs are like Capital Mall Trust, Capital Com Trust,
Yep.
are now trading below book value.
Below book value. So
Let's not below book value. Let's say if a handphone is $100,
Yep.
and then after that, if now somebody offer you at $80 for $100 phone, do you think it's worth it? Even though it serves the same function, you will try to buy this. Let's say if it's let's say it's a branded iPhone that maybe it costs $2,000 normally, but now it's now selling to you at $1,000. Will you go and buy? You buy already, you know that there's a chance that you can sell to other people at a higher price. Am I right?
Yep.
So that's value. So we are talking about this situation with REITs right now. There are a lot of very, very, very highly valued REITs in the market because if I'm not wrong, Junction 8 is still Junction 8, Capital Mall Trust. Junction 8 is still Junction 8, Bugis Junction is still Bugis Junction. Regardless, the area, the asset, the location will never change. Yeah, at least from what I can see right now. So I will just say that if now this thing is supposed to be $1, now it's selling at 80 cents, why not buy it? And then after that, from there you can gain a dividend yield about 5% or more.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe in the short run they might declare a lesser distribution per unit, which is called dividend yield, because rental has dropped. There's a lesser traffic flow, but in the longer run, this is still very useful, right?
But can I also ask that, how about people who is over leveraged on REITs at this point of time? What would you advise them to do?
Over leverage at this time. I will just say that,
on REITs itself.
I will just say that at this stage, if you have the money to leverage at this time, please do it. Yeah, but please do it at the right time. This right time, I will just say that the market got up and down. Now recently, you can see the market has been moving up steadily for the past 1 to 2 weeks. So a lot of people are rushing in, but I will just say that if you can, when the market come back down again, it is really wise to leverage and buy up.
Right.
Yeah, because it always makes sense to buy more and take opportunity when the market is low than when the market is high up. It's a very simple logic. Yeah, it's wise to leverage, but at the right time. But how to right time, I think we cannot just discuss like that. It's impossible.
Right. So that's why we always have people like
Kelvin. My question is, my question is actually that what advice will you give to people who are already heavily over leveraged on REITs? Should they hold on to it, or should they be like going off at this point of time? People are already overly leveraged on REITs at this point of time.
Okay, so they are leveraged from which point? From the bottom or from the high up?
From the high up.
Okay, if they are from the high up, take half.
That's a very evil laughter.
No, I always tell people, if you are really at this stage, take half away first. Take half away, because I can tell you, imagine you are holding on to leverage product at a highly gear of 4 to 5% now, or 6%, and then you drag this for 1-2 years. It depends on whether are you able to afford to do this gearing. Am I right to say? And then after that, if the dividend from here drop, you are not going to cover your interest. Honestly, you're not. You must pay it down to a very comfortable stage.
So should they let it go now, or because they're already overly?
They have to look at their portfolio. It's also sometimes it's about very subjective. It's their portfolio. What is in their portfolio to know whether is it, because I will say that if it's blue chip, it's very hard to let go. All of us very hard to let go. But let's say if it's some of the product that some of the stocks that are lesser known, chances of it moving up is lesser. I think you will just let go and then after buy into a very popular one. All right.
Desmond, I think we have some more question from Colleen.
Yep, we have.
You want to read it out, or I read?
The bottom for most of the rates was last month.
Yeah.
Even we discussed earlier, it was about the bull trap.
Yeah.
Do you think it will be safer to wait to enter REITs?
Actually, that is a very, very good question, Colin.
Colin has a lot of good questions.
Yeah, yes. It's a very good question. I will just say that it's very interesting because normally people don't sell their REITs one unless given the worst situation, then they will let go. So and the drop was crazy. It was almost like what you saw yourself. It was about 10%. There was one day everything dropped 10%. It's everything across the board. It's all dropped 10%. So and then given the current situation where looking forward we are going to have lesser yield already, right? Lesser interest rate because if you put your money in the bank, you're going to enjoy lesser. I will just say that it will be actually very comfortable to start going to risk even now. You just slowly buy. Maybe you buy 20% of your portfolio today, then maybe wait for another 20%. But I'll just say that risks are going to be very stable. In fact, you can start to see from the market, people are starting to enter risk again, and they are probably going to hold. In fact, I will say that the bull trap might not really work for REITs, just for REITs itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Can SP REITs dividend by 80% still can buy for dividend? Can ask SPH.
SPH, yeah. This is my good friend. I think. This is Leslie. Is my
Leslie Kwa.
Leslie Kwa is a fellow remiser from UOB Kay Hian.
Yeah, but you're very bad.
Hi, Leslie.
You're very bad. You never say hi to your friend. We say hi first. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Leslie. Okay. Yeah, he's a top broker in UOB Kay Hian.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. SPH REIT itself. Now I think last traded was 75 cents. So if you and the reason why it drops like crazy was because like what he said, SPH REIT dividend has started to drop to I think 33.33 cents. I think. So he asked whether is it still can buy for dividend. I would say yes. And expect more of this kind of drop from this kind of dividend from other REITs as well. Why is it still a buy? Because the company itself is still very not very highly geared. In fact, I check out their numbers. Their debt equity ratio is about close to only 40%. Government actually recommend at most you gear up 45%. So it's still not geared up at all. And definitely this stock is below the book value. And then after that, he has a strong sponsor of SPH, where you have still can see potential instead of assets like Seletar Mall. So I'll say that when the price has come down, you still see a lot of people coming in for this stock. Yeah, short-term pain, long-term gain, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Leslie, you try to shoot me.
I think it's a good question. It's a good question for some of the other viewers and people like me who really know nuts about investment and stocks.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any more questions currently?
Yeah. If not, you want to move on to the next question?
Sure. Okay. Next question. Let me see. Okay. How about the cryptocurrency market or the currency market per se? Yeah, and the commodity also. How do you think that the COVID-19 situation is affecting this three market? Cryptocurrency, currency, and commodity.
I will just start off with I think the most interesting one. I will
Mm,
say that commodity market is a cyclical play, like a cyclical play. Um,
mm,
Looking forward, we have seen recent news about live feed going up higher. We have started to see day-to-day plantation stocks getting very strong. Reason
mm,
being, we don't know how this COVID-19 is going to affect our supply chain. So
mm,
there a lot of people trying to stock up, and we really don't know what is the impact still. Really, nobody know at this stage in time.
mm, mm,
But if judging by what I can see currently, commodity will be a bull cycle coming soon. It has been very bad for a few years already. In fact, but
okay.
I would say that this is a situation where demand will increase and
Mm-hmm.
supply is a questionable thing. In
Mm-hmm.
certain commodity stocks, in certain commodities, like we
Mm,
can see palm oil, we can see live feed, as I said. So from here, I will just say that they are going to do well, but maybe not much about oil, but maybe
Mm.
things like people might want to hold on to some gold at this stage.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is how I will say that this is going to be like lah. For
Mm.
cryptocurrency itself, uh, I will say that at this stage, hmm,
Mm. Yeah, you just speak about crypto.
okay,
Maybe Colin.
I'll talk about Let me just complete my sentence, my
Sure.
thought. Okay,
Yep.
so I will just say that now I have only been looking at two main coins. I will say it's Bitcoin as well
Mm,
as the Ethereum. I would say that any other coin at this stage in time, it is still a hit and miss. But like I said, all bull run. Then after that, there's a bear. You will create new industry. At this stage, I wouldn't dare to judge whether cryptocurrency is the way to go or not. But it might
Mm.
be an
mm,
opportunity. I just say that my expertise is not in this level.
Right.
But I
Right.
mm,
myself buy Bitcoin because I believe in limited supply and demand can be fluctuation.
Mm.
So I'll
mm,
just buy Bitcoin. Yeah.
Which just nice. Colin made a comment about. I'm not sure how strong to back your words or whatever you have said. Many people are likening it to go as backup in times of economic distress. So for
Okay,
cryptocurrency.
Colin,
So
I also used to think that way. But suddenly, during this crisis, I saw Bitcoin came down. I always thought that I also liken Bitcoin to be like gold. I thought that this will be a flight to safety. People will fly to treasury bonds. People will
mm,
fly to US dollar. People will fly to gold, and people will fly to Bitcoin. But I was wrong. Bitcoin actually came down. So I will say that
mm.
this is something that I observe, new observation in the market. I wouldn't think that this is going to be gold now at this stage, but more of a speculation.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay. How about the last part, which is the currency volatility during the COVID-19?
Okay, so a lot of people are saying, "Hey, how come US dollar keep on going up, despite the fact that wow, everybody is printing, the government is printing US dollar. Why is it still going up like crazy? Even went up against Singapore to 1.45." People were
Mm,
like asking because it's very simple. When the market is crazy, everybody want to either hold cash or they want to
mm,
hold US Treasury bonds or to buy gold.
mm,
Gold is denominated in US dollar.
mm,
Treasury bond, treasury bills is denominated in US dollar. You need to buy US dollar in order to get those products. That's why the demand for US dollar went up. You understand?
I see.
Uh,
Yep.
and then, so a lot of people say, isn't the US dollar 废纸, like what, banana money? But the truth is, in this current context, in this current world, do you have any other currency that can provide you the liquidity across the board? That is the reason why at this stage, I will just say that US dollar is strong, but it might not be forever. Um, I will just say that this time round, US, the market has shown itself not a very capable leader, but we have seen this happening so many times. So we are still, everyone in the market is still looking at the US and using US as the beacon of light on where we are going. So I will just say that at this stage, US dollar is still going to be strong whenever the market is in crisis. When the market is not in crisis, all already will shoot US, US like that, US like that. But when the crunch is here, when everybody's panic, right, we still go and buy US dollar. So sad, but it's true.
So is
Okay.
this a situation whereby people always say that it's called a demand shock?
Demand shock? What do you mean?
Yeah, that the situation that you have just narrated to us earlier on, is it a situation that is what people call a demand shock for US dollar?
Yeah, I think there was a time where everybody just rushing in to buy the instrument of things that are related to US dollar. Actually, US very smart. They denominate everything in US dollar, right? So they make it a very important role itself. You can see what recently UAE want, not UAE, is it Iran want to actually nego to sell oil to China using other currency, and then after that, there's a lot of noise coming from US. It's because they are trying to protect their US dollar as well.
Right.
I
Right.
see. Okay. Do we have any more questions right now? If you have any questions, viewers, please. We hardly have the chance to get our master trader, Kevin Go, to join us. All right.
Yep.
So if you can, come on, everybody, comment, ask all the questions. He's a very busy man. In fact, his investment strategy and approach is very, very fantastic. It's so good, till I believe that you're going to have a master class soon, right, Kevin? For people
Um,
who are lost of job at this point of time but have to trade for a living.
yeah. I'll just say that I'm actually entertaining this idea because what happened is in Singapore, right, the government is doing their best, lah. But you can understand that almost 65% to 70% of our jobs in Singapore is by SME. And I will say that maybe the bigger company will still survive, but is what we are scared is the smaller companies start to close down, and a lot of people will be out of job. And these people normally are belonging to the middle-aged people.
Yes.
So I will, and then to middle-aged people, I will feel that a lot of them might want to hold cash
Mm.
rather than
Mm.
go and invest or whatever. So a lot of people do not know how to take advantage of short-term timing of the market. And that is where I actually feel that if possible, I would like to be given an opportunity to share my experience in how to trade short-term ones, like maybe 1 to 2 days, 3 to 5 days kind of trading methodology, so that they can conserve their cash at the same time as the opportunity to make money in the market.
Right. So for the viewers, if you are curious when or how it's going to happen, we can safely tell you that Successpedia Asia is definitely going to come in and support this whole program. And stay tuned with us so that we will be able to let you know when Kevin, our master trader, is going to start this master class. And then we should be able to have a more concrete with all the graphs and charts instead of a casual conversation like this. It will be a more formal lesson that Kevin is going to guide and teach everyone on. Yep.
Correct. Desmond is so correct. So please do not forget to like our Successpedia page. Share this link if you know that anybody who's interested in stocks and would like to listen more to Kevin Go. And on top of it, also hit the notification tab so that every time when we are live, we will actually inform you. So please don't forget, hit like on Successpedia right now.
Yes, and do not forget to like Prime Time with Sylvia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cannot
okay.
forget our special. Do you all know how hard it is for me to actually get her to host with me? Not that because she's too good, but she's too busy. She has a lot of stuff on the back end, preparing and stuff like this. Yeah.
Don't
So thank
worry,
you,
Desmond. Don't
Sylvia.
worry, Desmond. One meal and one jar of beer can already.
We drink
I'm just
online,
kidding.
okay? We drink
I'm just
through
kidding.
Zoom. Okay, so
Okay, I still got more questions, Anybody asking you? Nobody asking, I want to ask.
you wanna ask?
Okay. I thought we were ending.
No
No,
lah,
no, not so fast.
we do a
Yeah, I need to
full.
dig your brains. Yeah. Okay. Let's say. Okay, wait. Not let's say. Do you know of any stocks that you predicted that it will be doubled, like within a short span of time?
You mean previously or now? I think that
It
looking
can be
forward.
previously. Yeah, it can be previously. I don't think looking forward. I mean, we should always look at the past data, right? I mean, if looking forward, then 你是神仙了，对不对？
Oh, but obviously, when we look at something, we try to look forward lah. Okay, so a few
Yeah.
numbers that will be very interesting, right? Will be
Mm.
how in Singapore context is going to be difficult. Yeah, but what I did previously was looking at stock that have interest. The first thing that you will notice is a lot of public interest in a certain stocks. All right. These are
So public interest is the number one thing that we have to look out for.
Yes, if you really want something to
Okay.
go very high up. All right.
Okay.
So then you will start to see that it's always probably in the news or probably in the top volume. Understand?
In the news and top volume. Okay.
Yeah.
Any more tips?
Then you always that means you always see the top 20 volume almost constantly every day. Then that is where you start to see the stock start to move up. Actually, in fact, recently, actually in Singapore context, I don't want to say US because US everybody know, but in Singapore context,
Yeah.
right, you will start to see that there is always the quarterly favorite. Quarterly, really quarterly favorite.
Yes. Yeah. I realize that also. Yeah.
Every quarter there will be a strong stock that went up. In fact, when I look at Rex, I don't know whether you know this counter called Rex International. It does oil exploration using algo to find out what is the piece of
using what?
Using algo, using
Algo.
computer
Algorithm.
to calculate and which plot of oil land got actually the most oil, and they will have a lot, and they themselves have a lot of cash. So that stock itself, right? When I first observe and read about what the management is trying to do, they are trying to push the stock above 15 cents. So when I entered the stock, it was at 9 cents. Eventually, the stock went up almost 22 cents. So it's double.
20 cents.
In one quarter. In one
quarter.
Yeah, it's really like that. In Singapore, it's really like this one. So so in Singapore context, if you really want to know what stock is going to move next, just constantly look at the top 20 and see what stock is forming a really good base, and then you start to see the volume building. These are the stocks that will create new highs every week for you, especially if the stock is creating new high every week. These are the stocks that will double. You are talking about double, right? Yeah, but these are
correct, double.
speculative stocks.
Okay.
With all stocks that can double, normally there's no fundamental. There is no, this stock by right it should be only worth 10 cents. There's no such thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, I understand.
It's just growing because there is a very interesting story behind it, and a lot of people are looking at the stock. So in Singapore context, it works this way. All right. Yeah, very interesting one. Then previously beforehand, there was one stock called Best World. Best World.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it also moved up from $150 to $3. Then they do a stock split, and then it continue to rise. So these are really interesting stocks that you will move. So this is, I say again, you must look at the public interest. There must be story about it, and then after that, it must have formed a huge base for it to move up. That means then you can start to see this kind of very interesting stock.
Okay.
Okay.
You can take
Fantastic.
you can go back and look. But now you ask me, is there any stock in the market like this? I will say that this is a stage where everything is cheap. So I wouldn't say that anything in particular will be very good now. Now is still a time to buy safer than this market is very interesting now. We are no longer as speculative as previously. A lot of people are in the market.
Okay. Do we have any more comments, Desmond?
No, I'm going to bring.
Check it out.
I have a question. But it's not very related to your forte because I don't have a lot of opportunity to get you here with me. So I have this very interesting question.
Oh no!
You look positive, Kevin. You sound very positive. So I'm just wondering, how do you stay positive in this environment and the situation you are in as a remiser, as someone in this dealing with stocks and everything? I would say you are also considered a self-employed.
Yes.
Yeah. So with so many things that's happening in Singapore, in the world, and stuff like this, and with so many self-employed being affected with the government grants and stuff, how do you stay positive? You sound very positive, right, Sylvia? He sounds very positive, right?
Yeah, I think Desmond wanted to know, how do you stay positive as a reminder for your job? I believe you're a papa, right? And you're married too as a husband, and also as a Singaporean. You might want to share with us.
Yeah, I will say that the number one thing is that you must understand is we are living in this situation, whether you like it or you don't like it, right? Am I right to say that? We have to face it every day, and you can choose. It's a matter of perspective when you wake up. Is it whether to be positive or to be negative? And anything got two sides of a coin. So instead of trying to grumble, try to think, is there a solution? Or is it possible that we can do things better? In fact, nobody is perfect. In fact, I like what our government is doing. Okay, this is very poor government, but this is just a comment. Yeah.
Okay.
I would just say that our government is not perfect, but it has failed, but it fails forward. This is something that I really like. I like the fact that nobody has a perfect answer to everything. But once they realize there is a problem, they will move forward and change. And willing to accept the responsibility and criticism. Though they didn't reply anything, but they did change. And I like the firm decision making in life. This is very important. You must give people the confidence that when you say A is A, unless something happens, you change to A plus. You get what I mean? I think this is a kind of thing that we need to always look for, even in whether is it at your work, is it treating your family. When you are faced with a problem, we will try to do. Okay, I have a formula. Actually, I have a formula. My formula is called teamwork. And then in terms of family my wife is the team, I'm the work. Yeah, but now I think in this COVID situation, right, I think I'm the team, she's the work. She every day cook for me.
Now you're happy, right? You're happy with the switch, right?
Really,
oh my goodness.
yeah. So the formula is this just teamwork. Either you are the team or the work Try to be the work and then work without expectation. Then do it with a smile. Everyone will be okay with it,
That's cool. That's cool.
Nice,
That's very good.
nice. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Desmond, I have a
Yes.
friend who is too shy to ask a question on the comment. So she texted
Why?
me privately. Yeah,
Okay,
okay. She's
okay.
asking this question. She said, please, 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 please help me ask Kevin. I really want to know. She's saying that is there any ways to invest $100?
Oh.
So this is exactly what I am trying to teach in the master class. Uh,
Mm,
uh, because a lot of people might not have the liquidity or the cash
Me.
to
I
do
know.
much. Yeah, right. Yeah, but I wouldn't say the word is called invest. All right, I will just say that you must treat it as your pot to to trade the market as a pot. Everybody can maybe afford to lose $100, but not many
mm,
people can maybe afford to lose $10,000. You get what I mean?
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
whenever if you train up the skill on how to look at the market and look at the appropriate timing to go in, you can turn your $100 to $200. You get what I
Mm,
mean?
mm, mm.
There
Okay,
is
okay.
there is no 100%, but at least wherever you have $100, I am sure that there's a chance where you can learn to make it to $200, 200 to
Right.
$400. You get what I mean? Yeah,
Yep,
this is
yep.
what I'm
Yes, so
trying to
treat the
start.
$100 as your pot of gold, right?
Yeah, as a pot to actually start off from there, how you manage
Mm,
the risk, and then from there you gear up at the right time to enter. This is very important because we are going to be maybe a lot of people will be out of job. Maybe the market is going to be very bad. The income will be lower. So but the market will always be there. In good time,
Mm,
market is
mm.
there. In bad time,
mm.
market will always be there. So you just make sure that when the market is good, you are there. You are there
So
to
that
take.
leads me to another question for you, Kevin. Okay, last question. I know Desmond is like looking at me already,
No
Okay,
lah,
okay.
really.
don't worry, don't worry, don't worry.
Yeah.
One last question.
Yesterday,
What?
one of our session we had all the way until 1 hour 20 minutes or 30 minutes
Yeah.
about
That was
that.
with
Yeah,
esports.
yeah.
Yeah.
So don't worry.
Okay. What are the stocks to buy that is below $10?
In
For
Singapore,
for for my friend, like, yeah. Do you have such a thing? I mean, what are the stocks to buy?
there's many stocks that are below $10.
Okay,
That
okay.
one,
Below five. This
yeah,
is like
okay. In
yeah.
Singapore, right? In Singapore, most of the stock is trading between the range of $1 and below. For blue chip,
Okay.
normally
Then
they are trading at one
anything
dollar
that
and
is
above.
below, yeah, because for my girlfriend, she only have like $100, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. How about stocks that are trading like below?
One
I don't
dollar.
know, twenty
I think
cents.
below $1.
Below one dollar.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just say that just now I mentioned the counter lah. Rex.
Rex
Yeah.
International.
Yeah, Rex International.
Mm,
The price currently, I think last traded was 0.117. I
Mm,
think that
mm,
eventually it will go back to 15 cent because
mm,
this is the management KPI, and the company
mm-hmm.
has actually quite a bit of good oil. I mean, but the problem with their good oil is the cost of their oil is about $40 per barrel, and now we are at 20 something dollar, 27, $28 per barrel now. So
Okay.
definitely, we are facing some, but they are holding on to good plot of land with Norway, with Oman, very good.
Mm,
mm,
mm.
I'll just say that when the opportunity, you must learn how to trade lah. But that one, I think you need to ask me again how to look at it again. But I can give you the counter lah, what I'm looking at lah.
mm. Okay.
You want to tell our viewers?
No, I told you that. I just told you like one example
It,
only. I
it
only
has to
give
be
you
during the master
one
class
example. You
lah.
cannot like
Must be
tell
during the master
everything.
class lah.
Uh, but I can tell you, wow, because you see, it's seasonal play, ma. This is still the season for Rex.
Mm. Hey,
Yeah.
I share with you
Mm,
something, Sylvia. You know, one of the first stock that I bought, I don't buy one, no, was Kevin actually told me to go into
SMRT.
SMRT. He
There you
told me
went
to
to
mm,
Thailand.
only
mm,
go
mm,
in. And so I really don't have a
mm.
lot of cash at that moment. I really buy very little. It asked me to hold. And then I think after, how long was it? 1-2 years later,
It privatized.
and I reaped some, some extra cash to buy
Because
Profit.
you buy the low lah, like how they
yeah.
do it lah. But you ask me, the buy at the low kind of thing is really have to really look at the chance whether this thing will privatize or not lah. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
you
but,
really
but you had the vision. I mean, let's just put it this way: your foresight is really amazing, lah.
Very
Amazing,
good.
lah, bro.
Yeah, because of his investment research approach, I feel that's why he's very good at it. And also his methodology also. That's why I believe that all the online users out there, all the viewers, I think you guys all have to look out for his master class. To look out for it, all we need to do, Desmond, is to look at Successpedia, right?
Yes. When it's ready, we will make an announcement to shout out when will such masterclass be ready, be out. But of course, this
That's
is
cool.
not the only kind of masterclass that we will have. We will also have some other leadership, some other character building and stuff. But because of COVID, we felt that this is something that we should be doing for our viewers who have money on hand or don't know whether this is the opportunity or not, because stocks are like what Kevin have said, is dropping. So it might be a chance, but Kevin will be the best person to advise.
Yeah.
Time to learn more at this point of time.
Yeah. All right. So
Okay.
I have one question, since our viewers are not really asking now. I think they're all tired. So Kevin, what is your current greatest wish?
Wow.
Hey, wait, you have to be the Sylvia. What is your greatest wish first? I have to ask you.
Obviously, my greatest wish is for the COVID-19 to just go away, find a vaccine or whatever, so that we all can go back to our lives as per normal. This is, I think, the biggest wish for each and every one of us at this point of time.
But since that is your biggest wish, then I don't wish for that already. Like, if your wish come true, then save my wish, no.
Then you wish what?
I wish kena Toto.
Toto don't have it.
Oh yeah, I cannot buy. Ayo, jalat. Okay, yeah, but yeah. I mean, we all have almost the same wish for this whole thing to be over, and then our lives can go back to normal, and for more people to actually support Successpedia Asia, and also Time with Sylvia and Kevin Goh. Remiser from RHB. These are my greatest wish, that humanity can actually come together to support each other, not just three of us. Yesterday
How about you, Kevin?
Yeah. Kevin.
I just wish that everybody during the CB time, for everybody to remain healthy.
Sorry, I will always laugh when I hear the word CB. So, but okay, sorry, continue.
To really remain healthy, especially mentally, I think that that they should learn how to de-stress themselves during this difficult time, and then maintain their health, because this is very important. After this COVID, I think all of us will come out stronger. So be ready. Be ready, prepare yourself. Take this time to learn something, build something that you can improve, instead of just doing nothing at home. Do something more. Then you can improve your mental health. Learn more. I also trying to lose weight here.
People who earn a lot of money, very difficult to lose weight one, and
I have bought the secret thing from some TR90 to lose weight. I don't know whether I should say that.
I know. Maybe one day we will get someone from TR90 to come up here and speak to us.
You all sell koyo for them, no? Since free marketing, must get them up lah, like that.
Okay, so thank you so much that we have with us Kevin Goh, who is a master trader with RHB and KK Capital Asia, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, and I would like to thank Desmond too. Desmond, give me a high five.
I also can do it. I can do it.
Thank you so much, everybody. Now, please do not forget to support our Successpedia on Facebook, like their link, and of course switch on the notification tab because they have lives very, very often, right, Desmond? Very, very
Yes.
often I can see.
It's actually every day, and we set up this resilience series because first thing first, everyone is actually stuck at home in Singapore, and in fact not in Singapore, in Malaysia. So yesterday we have a guest from Malaysia as well, and so while everyone is being stuck at home, we just wanted to share more resilient stories. You know, like Sylvia herself, how she started as an MC and over 10 years, and then she, because of the whole COVID, she didn't just stop there. She ventured out and
So
moved
sad.
in. Yeah, so sad. So she moved into a digital host as an MC, digital MC, and a digital host. And yeah, and Kevin is so positive, you know, and these are the things that we really want. He is the mastermind behind the masterclass to teach people how to trade. So
So Desmond, I can sell a bit of Goyo also, right, on your
yes,
platform.
please, yeah, still prime time.
Okay,
Still,
really, yeah. Okay, now
uh,
please do not forget to tune in to Prime Time with Sylvia on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Now, this is a program whereby I will have featured guests from all walks of life who will be sharing with you their success and inspiring story. Because at this point of time, Prime Time with Sylvia and Sylvia, me, myself, right, we'll all want to bring positivity and, of course, very, very inspiring story into your homes at the comfort of your homes, of course. So do not forget to tune in to Prime Time with Sylvia, like the page, switch on the notification. And thank you very much, Desmond, for having me. Thank you very much, Kevin,
Thank
for
you,
joining us.
Sylvia. Yeah, thank you, Desmond.
so for the viewers, before we actually end off the show, all right. So this is tomorrow. We will have with us Alpago Sinasi. All right, Alpago Sinasi is actually not just a normal Korean. All right, he's actually not a Korean, but he's actually from Turkey, and eventually he moved to Korea to become a journalist, before becoming a stand-up comedian. So and he was one of them that was sent back to Korea when he tried to come to Singapore. When I was supposed to meet him personally to have a short chat. Yep. So stay tuned. Tomorrow, live at 8 p.m., he will be sharing a little bit on Korean, the culture in Korea, now what's happening in Korea. And he will also be sharing, he will also be doing live a 5-minute stand-up comedy on our show. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching Successpedia Asia.